Phoenix Books presents
The Self-Talk Solution by Shad Helmstetter.
When I was a young boy growing up in a small farm town in the Midwest, I had what would become one of my most unforgettable adventures. My hometown sat securely in the middle of an unending patchwork of fields of wheat and corn and soybeans. The town itself measured only a mile in each direction, and boasted a population of 2,500 friendly inhabitants. It had tree-lined streets, 2 schools, a dozen or so churches, and a wealth of opportunities for any young boy or girl who had grown up on Hardy Boys mysteries to create any imaginable adventure. My adventure was the search for a treasure that we had good reason to believe actually existed. The small house my family and I lived in sat on the farthest edge of town. Across the cinder road that marked the perimeter of town was a grove of plum trees, and beyond that, as far as the eye could see, there was nothing but fields, dotted here and there with a stand of trees that guarded the barns and the home of the farmer who worked the surrounding fields. A few blocks away, within sight of the safety of our home, was an old, deserted, and most certainly haunted house. Surrounded by thickets and sheds and stands of gnarled old trees, it was the kind of place you would avoid on a windy, moonless night, when broken screen doors creaked on their hinges and branches tapped at dark, staring windows. Even on the brightest day, that old house with its abandoned woodsheds, its unruly landscape of overgrown gardens and tall, dark trees, conjured up visions of hidden secrets and buried treasures from the past. For highly imaginative adventurers, the old house and its surrounding grounds represented unending possibilities. At the time, it never occurred to us children that we might only be imagining most of what we believed about the old place. We weren't surprised when the old man arrived and began to thrash through the dilapidated old buildings as if he were looking for something. He was an ornery old man. He didn't like kids, and he especially didn't like us when we followed him around, asking if we could help. The first day when we saw him pulling loose boards from old woodshed walls and digging through the coarse dirt on the floors of the old outbuildings, we tried to make him our friend. But instead of talking to us, he gruffly pushed us aside and went about his business of looking and digging and prodding and searching. Since we were adventurous youngsters, it didn't take us long to figure out that this old man was looking for something, and we suspected it just might be the treasure we had imagined finding all along. So we had a meeting, and we decided that we should do everything possible to make the old man our friend and learn as much as we could about the treasure we were sure he was looking for. The old man never really did warm up to us, but he did end up enlisting our help. He agreed to give each of us a nickel if we found something that looked like a box. Earlier, on one of our more daring...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?